In the pulse of a high school where cliques rule and cruelty is currency, one cheerleader refuses to be broken. When she's ambushed in the hallway and her uniform torn from her shoulders in front of the entire student body, she delivers a stunning roundhouse kick that silences the jeers and ignites a chain reaction of secrets, justice, and reckoning. Get ready, this isn't just another high school drama. It's a fight for identity, survival, and redemption. Reina Carter adjusted her cheer captain jacket, the stitched crimson letters catching the glare of overhead lights as the hallway bustled with noise. At 17, she looked every bit the picture of control, gold blonde ponytail bouncing, eyes sharp as glass, and a smile that could charm even her toughest critics. But behind that perfect image lived a truth she kept buried, a past she had run from when her mother died, and a life she swore she'd never return to. Lincoln Heights High buzzed with the midday chaos of slammed lockers, screeching sneakers, and waves of teen chatter. Reina walked the hall like she owned it, her cheer squad in formation behind her. Their destination, the gym. But her mind was elsewhere, rumors about a new student from Cleveland, someone with a juvie record, a name whispered with either awe or warning. She didn't care. Not really. Her plate was full, honor classes, her scholarship dreams, and surviving the volcano that was her stepfather at home. But everything changed the moment she rounded the corner of the science wing. A hulking figure blocked her path, Bryce Maddox, the school's reigning tormentor. His football jacket stretched over broad shoulders, and his cronies flanked him like guard dogs. His eyes landed on her jacket, and a smug grin twisted his lips. "Well, if it isn't Miss Captain America," Bryce said, loud enough for nearby students to turn. "Wearing that shiny little title like it means something." Reina stood her ground. "Move. I've got practice." Phones came out, eyes locked on the brewing scene. Bryce leaned in, his breath sharp with caffeine and arrogance. "Practice for what?" "Shaking it for the crowd like always." Before she could react, he grabbed the sleeve of her jacket and yanked. The fabric tore, falling away and exposing her to the stares, the whispers. Her heart pounded. For a second, she froze. The shame, the old voices in her head calling her weak, came roaring back. But so did something else, something she hadn't let loose in years. Without warning, she spun. Her leg shot up and connected with Bryce's jaw in a flawless arc. The kick echoed down the hallway. Bryce collapsed. Gasps. Silence. Then chaos. As his friends lunged, Reina dodged one, grabbed the other's arm, and twisted, sending them crashing into each other. Years of combat training, her mother's dream, not hers, kicked in like muscle memory. A teacher forced through the stunned crowd just as Reina stood tall, torn jacket in hand, chest rising. Bryce groaned on the floor, his pride shattered. Whispers flew. "Did you see that? Who even is she?" Principal Keene arrived, livid. "Carter. Office. Now." No protest. Reina walked away, eyes forward, ignoring the stares. But she noticed someone in the crowd, a boy in a leather jacket watching her. Something about him struck a nerve. In Keene's office, Reina sat as the principal typed furiously. "Fighting is a suspendable offense," she said without looking up. "You're lucky Bryce isn't pressing charges." Explanation? "He humiliated me," Reina said calmly. "I defended myself." Keene's jaw tightened. "You're supposed to be a leader. 3-day suspension. I'm calling home." That hit harder than the fight. Her stepfather, Ray, would explode. At home, Ray was already red with anger. Beer can crushed in hand, he screamed, "Think you're tough now? Kicking football players? You've made me a laughingstock." "I defended myself," she said, voice tight. "Keep mouthing off, and you're out." Reina didn't back down. But she was cracking inside. That scholarship was her escape, her one shot. The next day, while Reina sat at home, the video went viral. Some called her a hero. Others a thug. Even her squad was split, half stood by her, half whispered about her anger. But the real twist came that evening. Outside the local diner, the boy in the leather jacket leaned against her car. He smiled without joy. "Still kicking, Reina?" She froze. "Eli?" Eli Moore, scrappy, streetwise, and once her biggest fan, had fought beside her in underground brawls back in Columbus, where she'd been known only as Reina the Reckoner. "I need in," he said. "One last fight. Big payout. 10 grand. "No," she said. "You sure?" he asked. "I know your secret. One call, and that scholarship's gone." Her blood ran cold. This wasn't just about her past. It was about her future being held hostage. Eli gave her no choice. One last underground match, back in Cleveland. But Reina had a plan. During her suspension, she trained in the barn behind her house, dust rising with every kick. But she also used her squad's gossip web to dig deeper. Eli wasn't working alone. The real hand behind the curtain? Coach Strickland, Lincoln High's beloved football coach. He'd once scouted young fighters for profit in the Columbus underground. Reina had seen him there, clipboard and all. The night of the fight, Reina drove to a warehouse-turned-ring, her patched cheer jacket folded beside her. The air inside was thick with tension. Eli greeted her with that same empty smile. Strickland stood in the shadows, cash in hand, camera crew ready. Reina's opponent, a beast of a girl named Nyla, known for breaking noses and not blinking. The match was brutal. Reina took hit after hit, ribs screaming. But she was faster, sharper, smarter. With one spinning heel kick, she dropped Nyla to the floor. Applause thundered. But Reina wasn't done. She turned to Strickland and shouted, "Smile, coach. You're live." Gasps. Chaos. The reporter Reina had tipped off, posing as a gambler, stood and raised a hidden camera. Sirens wailed outside. Police burst in. Strickland fled and was tackled. Eli stood frozen. Reina grabbed her cash and vanished into the night. She'd earned more than money, she'd earned her freedom. Back on the highway, Reina pulled over. Her hands trembled. The skyline shrank behind her. She breathed deep. The torn jacket in her lap felt heavier than ever, but this time, it felt like armor. A message buzzed on her phone, "You think it's over? Think again." She stared ahead. Whatever came next, she'd be ready. Back at school, the fallout was swift. Strickland arrested. The fight ring exposed. Reina's truth no longer a secret, but instead of shame, it earned her respect. The scholarship committee kept her in the running, moved by her courage. Bryce avoided her now. Her squad welcomed her back, stronger than ever. At the next home game, Reina led the cheers, her patched jacket gleaming under the lights. In the stands, she saw Eli, head bowed, expelled and alone. She didn't hate him. He'd made his choice. She'd made hers. So what did you think of Reina's story? Drop a comment, tell us where you're watching from. Texas? Florida? Overseas? And hit that subscribe for more stories of grit, heart, and glory.